All right, with Halloween right around the corner, what better way to kick it off if you're in a band than to play Michael Jackson's Thriller? So that's what I'm going to show you today, how I play Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now I'm in a power trio basically. It's myself on guitar, a bass player, a drummer, and we have a female singer up front. So when I arrange this, my guitar, I have to stay pretty busy because we don't have a keyboard player, we don't have other percussion and a bunch of other stuff going around to distract from that. So I have to keep it kind of fat. So the first 37 seconds of the song, we pretty much cut out because it's only the keyboard kind of building up into that doo-doo, that Thriller hook. So when I play that, how I do it is... Now, what I'm doing is taking a C-sharp major triad. So you take your third finger at the 11th fret on your D string, your second finger at the 10th fret on your G string, and then I take my first finger and I bar it at the 9th fret across the B and E strings. Now this next chord, you take your third finger at the 9th fret on your G string, your pinky at the 9th fret on your B string, and then take your first finger and put it at the 7th fret on your high E string. Now for the next part, I take my first finger and I bar it at the 6th fret across the D, G, B, and E strings. Then I take my third finger and I place it on the 8th fret on the D string, and then I take my second finger there and put it on the 7th fret of the B string. And that gives you... Take that shape and move it down a whole step. So that whole intro there is... Move the guitar so you can see it better. Okay, now that's going to bring you into the verse riff. Now the bass guitar is playing at on your A and D string, the second, fourth, second, fourth. Now instead of just playing along with him on that, what I do is I go up into a C-sharp minor pentatonic scale, and I hit that. Now what I'm doing is I just take my first finger, just using my first and third finger, I go at the 9th fret on the D string, the 11th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G string, 11th fret on the G string. And it's... So I take my first finger there, bar at the 9th fret, the B and E string. And just keep your hand. So you're playing. So I do that until the verse actually starts. Once she starts singing, then I drop it back a little bit just to add a dynamic that will bring out her vocal and not just be focused on the guitar. And then what I'm doing there is just... So while she's singing, that's what I'm doing. And then that'll take you, now is the time. Now for that part, what I'm doing is just making like a D major shape there. So I take my first finger at the 6th fret on the G string, my second finger at the 6th fret on the high E, then I take my third finger there at the 7th fret on the B string. So you have that D major chord shape. Now is the time for you. And basically what I'm doing there is just a slide, a half step down, up. And then going back to the... Take that same shape down a whole step. You're out of time, 'cause it's a Now instead of going back up, I kind of match what the bass is doing there just for a second, but kind of double time, because he's still going. So when I come out of that, now that what ties it back, you go from an A, F sharp, B, right back into and that takes you into the next verse. Of course, then you got another chorus. Now after that second chorus, you got this is inside of it. Now this next part goes into that night just going to the masquerade. That part. Now coming out of that chorus, what I do is we hit the A, the F sharp, and the B. Now the bass player does this little fill, and I go kind of with the wah, just so it's whatever you sing. So you hit that F sharp there. And then I play an A suspended second, I believe it is. So you're walking up A, B to a C sharp. B, B flat, A, and then to an A flat. Taking you right back into that. So now at that part you have another verse. There is a walk that after that inside of that whatever. You know, I'm not a singer, dude. Shut the fuck up. All right, so after it does that walk, you're going A, F sharp, B, up to an E flat, A, and then resolving on B. And then it does a do 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 do. And basically what I'm doing is just I bar at the 12th fret with my pinky, the B and the E. So you're doing, and then you bar at the 9th fret with your first finger. You can, however you want to do it, just kind of, you know, you have that. The next part that's going to be coming in is where Vincent Price comes in. Now, basically, right before he does that, we usually do a count. And when I slap that, I'm slapping the bar to give it that flutter. So. Now, when I'm doing that flutter there, you can put whatever, you can go right back into the... That's just what I do. What I'm doing there is just making an octave. So I take my first finger at the 11th fret on the D string and my pinky at the 14th fret on the B string, and just hit those two. I slap the bar, give it that flutter. Now, when the Vincent Price part first comes on, what I'm doing, again, because you have that, it's kind of slow there. So what I'm doing is I'll show you first, I take my first finger on the B and the E and I bar it there at the 9th fret. Then I'll go, keep in the same position, barring those same 2 strings to the 5th fret, to the 7th fret, and then I change it up by taking my 2nd finger at the 7th fret on the B string, and I use my 1st finger at the 6th fret on the high E string to give it that. So it's... Now, when I play that, after we do the... Now what I do is I go right into... And again, that's just keeping my pick hand busy. Move a little, see if I can cut my pick hand here so you can see what I'm doing. So that's basically what I'm doing there. Now, after I hit that, there's a part where we as a band, we kind of build up. After I come out of that, it goes right back into that part. Now what I'm doing is, and that's what I play to close the song out. Because there's a break, the Vincent Price part comes back in, and the whole band is kind of building up during that. The drummer's kind of just doing some crazy, you know, he's just building up, doing like some tribal stuff, and me and the bass player are just killing it right there. Now what I'm doing for that part is, again, I go back to the C sharp minor pentatonic there, and it's the same. I hit the 9th fret at the D string, the 11th fret, and then I bar at the 9th fret, the G and B string, and then bar the 11th fret G and B string. So you hit the D string by itself. Yeah. Then you can add play whatever, you know, you're just kind of having a, you know, a free for all there, just playing whatever you can. You know, you're just going crazy, and that takes you right till the end, you know, where you know, and close it right there on a C sharp, and that's it. And then Vincent Price, oh, ha, 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 you know, and you drag it out as long as you want, as long, you know, don't kill it, but you know, whatever, as long as it's flowing good and you're feeling it, and then just have that big epic, and you're done. Those are all the parts that I use to play Michael Jackson's Thriller. I hope you dig it. I hope it helps you. And as always, man, if you do, please subscribe.